Welcome back to Surviving and Thriving, where we share with you the things that we have learned as we have transitioned our family from struggling to survive disease to thriving right smack dab in the midst of it, in the hopes that something that we share with you will help you, enlighten you, and encourage you as you transition your family from struggling to survive disease to thriving right smack dab in the midst of it. I've talked to you on many occasions on other videos about some of the things that I do and that I utilize for health purposes. And you've heard me say oils, and you've also heard me say herbs a lot. And I've done a video and released it by now, I think, on oils. But I would like to talk to you today about herbs. I utilize herbs a lot, and I use them for many reasons. I use them for supplementation. I use them to counteract medicines, hospital stays, surgeries, treatments, things like that. I use them to strengthen my immune system. I use herbs for about everything a herb can be used for. And herbs are basically God's gifts that He put in this earth for us to use for health purposes. They're different from pharmaceuticals in the sense that these were given to us by God, and so therefore you don't really have like the side effects that you have from taking certain pharmaceutical drugs. Like, you don't get a higher risk of cancer or end up with liver problems or kidney problems because you took an herb. That stuff comes with pharmaceuticals, because pharmaceuticals are chemically processed, man-made items. They're synthetics, and so you have a lot of different side effects that come with that. But herbs, the natural herbs that God gave us, the pure herbs, they come from your trees and from your flowers and from your grasses. And basically, when you have, say, a tree or a flower, the leaves, the flowers, the bark of a tree, the stem of a flower, the roots, and oftentimes in some things the seeds as well. They're healthy for you. They have health benefits for you without the certain side effects that you would get, say, with pharmaceutical drugs. Now, with some things you have to watch it because you don't want to take too much, because you can have something come from that. But you do your research and your diligence. You never take anything pharmaceutical or natural without knowing what it is that you're taking, why you're taking it, and having knowledge on what you should be doing with it. Now, when you go to get your herbs, you can get herbs at a lot of different places. You can order them online. You can get them from China, India, from a lot of places overseas. You can get them at your health food stores. You can get them at some grocery stores, your naturopathic, your homeopathic doctors. Chinese medicine will have herbal remedies and herbal treatments for you. And herbs come in many different forms. Some people make teas with it. I like it in a tea as well. I use it in a tincture form. It's kind of a liquid form. And there's different kinds of tinctures. You have some with alcohol. You have some with water. You need to look at it, research it, find out which best is for you. You can take it in a pill form. Herbs are just awesome. And sometimes your oils come from the oil of certain herbs. But herbs have a lot of benefits for you, and you can get them in many different places. But when you're looking at, especially like if you're going to a health food store or something like that, at getting herbs, you need to be mindful, because there are some companies out there that will do synthetic herbs. It's a pharmaceutical grade or a chemically processed form of the herb. It may have a little bit of the herb in it, but it has a lot more chemical in it, and it's not all natural. Me personally, when I do herbs, I like it natural. The ingredients, if it's milk thistle, or if it's yellow dock, it should say ingredient yellow dock. That should be the ingredients. It shouldn't have a whole list of other things that go with it, unless you're getting some type of a blend. But I use a lot of herbs, and even in my cooking, I use a lot of herbs, dried and fresh. Fresh is usually better for you, get more of the nutrition, but it depends on what you're going for and what you're looking for. And there's a lot of books out there that you can read. If you are interested in embarking down herbs, find yourself a good naturopathic doctor. Now, how do you know it's a good naturopathic doctor? Well, a lot depends on you, what you're going for, what you're looking for, and what works for you. So you need to do your research, meet with some talk with some, find out um, what works for you. But I've been utilizing herbs a lot. I use them to help strengthen my immune system and just a lot of things. And I would highly suggest you look into using herbs. Now, when you decide to embark upon herbs, it's good to have your good naturopathic or even a homeopathic doctor to help guide you along that walk. A lot of mainstream medicine doctors that I've dealt with do not like herbs. They are more pharmaceutical, which makes sense because that's where they get a large percentage of their money from. And the pharmaceutical companies here in the United States kind of run the doctors and the medical system out here. But there's a lot of them out there that are anti it and will try to make you think something about it that's not true. So you need to do your own research and your own knowledge. I've had doctors that I was in a hospital for like 4 weeks and they were overdosing me and doing some other things, and then my body was responding to the things that they did, and they tried to blame it on the herbs, but I had to remind them it's not the herbs. I've been in the hospital 4 weeks. It's when you overdosed me and gave me something I shouldn't have had that these things happen. And then they finally came back and say, yep, you're right. But they'll try their hands sometimes, or at least they did in my case. There are but you can get you a good homeopathic, a good naturopathic, sorry, I'm trying to turn off my phone, I thought I had the volume down, naturopathic doctor out there that can help you along that process and tell you how much of what you need to take. If you need a therapeutic amount, what amount do you need to take and how you need to take it. And they can help you along that process and learning and discovering what's out there and the things that are out there for you. I got to tell you, I got a great naturopathic doctor who we consider to be not only our family doctor, but a good friend and a very good person. So you need to find somebody who is going to be out there with you and do not see you as just a money-making machine or a patient or a customer or client, but see you more as a person and develops that relationship with you on that level. But herbs are very good for you. I would advise you all to look into them and see the things the benefits that herbs have for you. Like I said, I use it to counteract a lot of medicine so that I don't get those side effects, or to prevent a lot of things, or if I'm dealing with something in particular, I use herbs to get rid of it. Herbs sometimes can take a little bit longer than pharmaceuticals to have the certain effect that you want. The reason why a lot of people use pharmaceuticals is because, folks lack patience nowadays, and they want to get it and they want to get their result now. But there's a high risk at that. You look at all these commercials on TV and they tell you they got these people smiling and laughing like, this prescription, this drug is great for you, but then in the background they're telling you, it might give you gangrene, but it might give you kidney problems, might make you go blind. You might find that you have, 14 different kind of cancers that pop up. Those are kind of things that you hear on that. So if you are willing to go for the quickness and get the result that you want, or maintain something instead of putting in the work to do what you want to do, go that route. You might have to take a lot of risk, but the other route I found most beneficial for me because I didn't have the risk, and it strengthened my body naturally, and it works with my body naturally because God created it to work with our body. So if you have any questions, let me know. Write them down below. But remember, in all things, do what's best for you. Herbs is best for me and my family, but if it's not best for you, don't do it. But if you've never tried it, I would suggest that you look into it. Okay? Until next week. Thank you. Bye.